How do you protect yourself when you're out and about? Do you carry a personal firearm? Do you have something else to protect yourself with? Well, today I want to suggest something that you can add to your personal inventory to protect you and your family.
Welcome to the Agape Life-Cast, where we talk about life from the Christian perspective. No matter who you are, I'm sure to talk about something you're interested in, eventually. I have two goals: lift up the Lord Jesus Christ and to just talk about life.
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of Agape Life-Cast. We'll be talking about personal protection in this Agape Life-Cast. I'm sure a lot of you carry some form of personal protection on you. Maybe it's a personal firearm, maybe it's pepper spray. It could even be like wasp spray, which can actually spray up to 27 feet, so it's very effective. But there's something else that I want to address, and if you're not carrying this with you, you're still vulnerable. The scriptures actually address this, and in Deuteronomy 19 it says, "A single witness shall not suffice against a person for any crime or any wrong in connection with any offense that he has committed. Only on the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses shall a charge be established." Now, Paul addresses this in 2 Corinthians 13. He says, "This is the 3rd time I'm come to you. Every charge must be established by the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses." And Jesus himself talks about this witness. He says, "In your law it is written that the testimony of 2 people is true. I am the one who bears witness about myself, and the Father who sent me bears witness about me." So, while you may be very well protected in your vehicle, or maybe when you're walking around, and you may legally be in the right, you may still be vulnerable. And the reason why is, let's face it, sometimes it's your word against somebody else's, and we need to realize that people lie. People lie to cops, they lie to the courts, they lie under oath, and even sometimes cops lie. And in all honesty, cops are human, we're human, and sometimes we simply do not see the events unfolding the same way. It may be not because we're lying, it may simply be because we have 2 totally different recollections of the same event. Our memories are sometimes faulty, and sometimes we forget bits and pieces of the same critical information. So that's what I want to talk to you about today, is the witness that does not lie. There is a witness that does not lie, and yes, this is an antiquated witness. It's an old witness, but you know what? It used to get the job done back in the day. It's the witness that doesn't lie, and it's the camera. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, is protecting yourself with the camera, specifically a dash cam. So many of you familiar with the event that I'm going to show you. It's the event that happened in Austin, where the Texas man was armed at a protest. His name was Garrett Foster. He approached a car with an AK-47, and he was shot and killed by the driver. Now, this video is not about that. I do not want to discuss that in the comments. This video is about protecting yourself. So let's make sure we clear that up. Now, why was the driver not arrested when the driver shot and killed Garrett Foster? Well, simply put, it's because the witness that does not lie. It's certain that the witness that doesn't lie had the clear view of everything here. But the driver wasn't arrested because the driver gave true testimony. But could the driver have given false testimony? You bet. It's in his interest to give false testimony to protect himself. Now, what is certain is that many of Garrett Foster's fellow protesters, his friends, didn't give true testimony. Now, whether or not they lied, I don't know. Maybe they just didn't have a good view of what happened. As you can see, many of them are actually blocked. Their view is blocked. They can't see what's going down. But they contradicted the witness that doesn't lie. Now, whether or not they lied, I don't know. And at the timing of this video, this is what's happened as at the time of the making of this video. Things could change, I don't know. And again, this video is not about this incident. Alright, so we need to make that clear. But what happened is this. The protester brandished his weapon, which was an AK-47. He pointed it at the driver. Now, what does that mean? Brandished. Well, it means he broke the law. Texas Penal Code 2205, subsection C, says recklessness and danger are presumed if the actor knowingly points a firearm at or in the direction of another, whether or not the actor, meaning in this case Garrett Foster, believes the firearm to be loaded. So it doesn't matter whether Garrett Foster had an unloaded AK-47 or a loaded AK-47. The second that he points that AK-47 at the driver, he commits a felony, according to Texas Penal Code 2205, subsection C, and he puts the driver in fear of his life and thus gives him a reason and a right to defend himself, since he is legally carrying his firearm in his vehicle according to Texas law, and he's legally driving down the road and being obstructed, by the way, by the protesters. He's legally doing all these things according to the law. Now, I want to make something very clear. Again, I want to restate this. This video is not about this event. All right? That's not what the debate is about. That's not what this video is about. And I don't want to make any comments about this, so please, I'll have to delete them. That's not what the video is about. The video is about the witness that doesn't lie. Because what if the witness hadn't been there? The driver was legally within his rights to defend himself because Garrett Foster had committed a felony. At least that's the way we see it now. And if that's not what happened, then we can just assume, let's just say that this is a hypothetical. My question to you is, are you willing to take that chance? Are you willing to take the chance that the witnesses are going to tell the truth? Or are you going to roll the dice and say, I'm going to tell the truth, but 20 other people are going to also tell the truth? So my point to you is, you need a witness available to you that cannot lie. And that's the reason why I suggest a couple of things to you. I first suggest that you get an app that's called CopWatch. And it looks like this, and I have it on my phone. And you can get several other apps. It doesn't have to be one called CopWatch. A lot of civil rights activists use this, but I use it simply because what the thing does is, as soon as I open this app on my phone, it automatically starts downloading to iCloud. And what that means is somebody can then grab my phone, smash it with a hammer, make it stop recording, and I could lose all my data. And I have everything that I recorded on CopWatch up until that point. So it doesn't matter what happens to the data on the phone. The video that I was recording up until that point is safe. So I could be recording someone treating me illegally. I could be recording someone violating my rights or anything, and they think that they could be safe because they have taken my phone and thrown it in the river. Well, guess what? They're not, because I have installed CopWatch and I've uploaded that video. And it's also really handy because you can just hit that button instantly and it automatically starts recording, which is a handy feature. But the real thing that I want to talk to you about is dash cams. Had the driver of the video of the car had a dash cam, it would have recorded Garrett Foster's pointing the weapon. He wouldn't have had to rely on the fact that somebody else just happened to be there with a camera. He would have had evidence himself, and that's very important. So a dash cam should have these features. It should have, of course, all dash cameras pretty much look forward, but it also should look to the back. And you can see this is the dash cam that we bought. It looks to the back. It also has an IR feature. You can see these little red dots here. This is the IR feature. And you should also get one that has a GPS feature. And that tells you basically, on a map, it'll show you how fast you're going. So it protects you if someone says you were speeding when you know you weren't. Well, guess what? There's your protection. It shows that, hey, I was going the speed limit. You tagged the wrong guy. So why should you have a dash cam other than what I just said? Well, pretty simple. This BLM incident that happened in Austin, maybe there's some other incident that you know you are in the right. Well, you've got camera now in your car to prove it. there's a seatbelt issue that has happened to numerous people, and I want to show you an image that was captured from that. This is a pretty famous video that's out there on YouTube. She's driving along. She's got her seatbelt on. You can clearly see it. The next thing you know, motorcycle cop comes up. There's the first video. Driving along. She's got her seatbelt on. You can clearly see it. Next thing you know, motorcycle cop comes up behind her. She gets pulled over. He tells her in the video, you can see, you're not driving. You were driving without your seatbelt on. She said, no, officer, I promise you, I had my seatbelt on. He writes her a ticket. She takes this video to court. Ticket's thrown out. What happens if you do not have the witness that does not lie available to you? Well, it's your word against his. Now, is he lying? No, he's not lying. He's just mistaken. Because if you look at the inside of the car, it's black. It's all black. The strap is black. The door rubber here is black. Everything's it totally blends in. It's a very easy mistake to make. And the officer is simply mistaken. But mistakes happen, and mistakes can cost you hundreds of dollars. This is an easy fix. This dash cam paid for itself by her having it. So, what are some other incidences? Well, speeding, I mentioned that. My mom got a ticket one time going 75 and a 55 on 288 back when the speed limit was 55, and she swears up and down she was not going. It was the guy that had zoomed past her. She got pulled over. Had she had something like this with a GPS feature, she'd have been able to prove without a shadow of a doubt that it was not her. Accidents. Perhaps you've been in an accident before, and you know for a fact it was not your fault, but you couldn't prove it. It was your word against their word. If you have a dash cam, this really goes to help your cause. And many of you have actually seen some of these crazy videos, especially out of Eastern Europe, where people are getting into accidents. And that's the reason why they have dash cams over there, because there's a lot of incidences of people hitting you and then driving off, hit and run. Well, this way you have video evidence of the perpetrator. You can capture their license plates. And so I actually want to show you, what that looks like. This is our dash cam. And maybe you have teenagers. You want to see what they're doing. A lot of apps now allow you to track their phones, but if they're driving your car, you can see how fast they've been going. You can see what's going on inside the car. You can see how useful that would be, right? So here is actual screen capture on the left-hand side. You can see this is the actual screen capture of us driving on 288. It tells you this is how fast we were going. This is our latitude and longitude. This is the date and time stamp. And this is the actual image. So this actually was taken off my iPhone, the app that came with, and the app's free download, the app that came with the dash cam. And then over on the right is the actual dash cam image. And if I take it out here, you can see how clear that is. It's very clear. Good resolution. So that's the forward image. The rearward facing image, this is actually taken at my son's driving test. And we're actually watching a guy do his parallel parking. We swore up and down he was failing, but he didn't fail, surprisingly enough. And if I had put that video on there, you would have swore up and down he'd fail too. But that's beside the point. So what I wanted to show you is how clear that rearward facing dash cam is, and you can see, straight through to the back window. You got a little sun glint here, but normally if you're driving, you can see it very clearly. If someone rear ends you, you can almost read a license plate off of it. You can get a good description of the car. And again, this is our dash cam that we have. This is the exact one. Mounts very well, even in the Texas heat. I've only had it fall off one time, and if I put a little soap on there, it probably wouldn't fall off at all. Mounts very well. Doesn't get in the line of sight of the vehicle at all. So I just kind of wanted to touch base with you guys on this. It's a good suggestion. It's something that maybe a lot of you haven't thought about. You protect yourself, but have you protected how you protect yourself? Do you have a witness that does not lie? Do you have a witness that will tell the truth every time, that if you do have to protect yourself, it's not your word against somebody else's? And you can get up there and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, and you know you're telling the truth, but somebody else may get up there and lie, but you've got video evidence to protect yourself. So I hope this has been helpful, and I hope that that God richly blesses you, and have a great day.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this edition of Agape Life-Cast. And whether you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, I ask that you do me a favor. Please like the video and share it. And if you haven't already done so, please like the Agape Life-Cast Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, may God richly bless you and keep you.